Then, so hello, everybody. This is Amon Doctor with the second campaign of mine. Uh, yeah. So we have two new players at our lovely table. Um, would you both introduce yourselves for us, please?
You can go first.
So,
Freak.
alrighty.
Hello. All right, I'll go first then. Um, Hi, my name is Cole. Uh, I've been playing D&D for what, like 3, 4 years now. I love it. You can catch me on Random Encounter Productions on Mondays and Tuesdays. I play with them. Um, and yeah, I have an obsession with D&D. It's just the best game ever. And I'm playing Curious, a Goliath fighter.
All right, we got three Goliaths. Got that one.
Three three warrior type Goliaths.
Yes.
Are they all three of them brothers?
That would be awesome.
That's racist.
Well, two of them are.
My name's Alexander. I've been playing D&D and VTM for quite a little while, so still a rookie at it, but starting to get a feel for it.
Friendship is magic, Cream Puff.
Thank you for the follow, Go. Um, yeah. Uh, and with that, let's just hop right on in to our first session, our second session. So, oh yeah, who wants to sort of brief on everyone in our lovely watching area on what happened last session?
I can give it a try. So the fine team we are making up was summoned to Candlekeep by a kobold named Cinnamon, who wants to find a certain number of magical items, and introduced us to a baby goblin named Garth, that is a deity of magic chaos. And our first mission was to find a magic apple from an orchard north of Candlekeep itself. And after a bit of waiting around for the night, we found the apple and brought it back with the extra consequence of having our dear elven friend Trevin having a bit of a meeting with the Raven Queen.
Thank you. And with that, let's hop right on in. So, let's sort of introduce our two new players into our lovely campaign. So, Alexander and Guinness, what are your two characters currently doing? You both have been invited, for one reason or another, to participate in a sort of experiment of gathering and or researching weird phenomenons that happen all around the lovely world of Faerun. And you don't know much about the man behind the mask, known as Cinnamon K, but he promised you adventure, gold, Maybe something on the side. You do not know what. But it does sound intriguing. And the note that you both received says to meet him at the local inn.
Okay. Well, so my character, Curious, is a um he's he works as a researcher. Um, Specifically, his focus is in it's in giants. But Curious would probably have been asked to uh, be a part of it just in case any interactions with the tall folk should happen during the course of these investigations.
I see. And Alexander, what is your lovely character up to right now?
Krieg would be just coming into town from a because he would have been hunting, getting supplies and that. So he would be just coming in to town.
Alrighty then. And with that, would you both go directly right to the end? Or would you like to explore around the city just a bit?
Well, Curious would probably. How much time does he have before he was supposed to meet the individual?
You have a little bit of time, but you can head there right now if you feel up for it.
I mean, I feel like Curious would he's in Candlekeep, which is like a city of like tomes and books and stuff like that, so he's pretty excited. He'll probably like look around just for a little bit to see if he can find interesting any interesting tomes or anything that he uh might find enjoyable, which is literally just about anything about giants.
Alrighty. As you explore around, and I know that your background sort of gives you this, you do find some lovely tombs and research books about giants and their kind. And along the way, you find some peculiar, um, well, let's say, events, such as flying brooms with no riders, fireworks all around, and you do not know what else. And as you sort of go around, you pick up some interesting notes about who might be your employer. He's one of the on the sort of end of the stick. And not really all in there in the head. But you might find out exactly what that means in just a second. And Alexander, what would you want to do? Would you like to head straight towards the end? Or would you like to do the same? Is there anything that your character wants to do before you meet up with your potential future employer?
Um, First, my character would like to visit any uh, trading stands to trade in some furs for gold from whatever he got.
Alrighty. So you venture on around, and you're able to find some shops that you were able to sell your items to. And one of them, like in general, roughly gets you about an hour of roughly going around shop to shop. And you're able to get a decent amount of gold from selling off your wares. You get about 10 gold pieces from all the things you had sold. And you might have seen some peculiar things off the corner of your eye as you travel around. But you pay no attention to them, if you so desire.
I would pay some attention to him.
Alrighty. So, since this is the city of wonder and magic, you see some weird things that you have never seen before. People teleporting in and out of nowhere. Lovely colors of potions. Weird drinks that never appeared before. And also a daycare filled of very adorable little creatures practicing their basic tunes and rituals. And you get the sense that this city is welcoming to all people of any background. As long as you bring knowledge and or stories, you are always welcome to the city of Candlekeep.
And I would go to the inn
Alrighty.
after my exploration.
And I assume that Octo's character does the same. And you both arrive sort of at the same time. And on that little lovely piece of note that you've received, it says, sit at the middle table. And your employer will appear. And there's a lovely little arrow pointing directly right where the table is.
All right, I'm gonna go to the table with the convenient arrow next to it.
I will do the same.
And with that, you both sit down and you are able to order a drink and have a little bit of food. Before suddenly, a puff of smoke appears right before you. And as the smoke dissipates, you see what appears to be a cobalt in all lavish, sort of wise old man garbs. He's like, oh, who might we have here? I see you both have my notes. Are you two here to potentially have some interesting adventures, by chance?
Well, I do say that is quite the entrance, my sir, my good sir. Well, so, yes, I have received your notes. Curious of Baldur's Gate. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Cinnamon. And he reaches out his small little cobalt hand in friendship.
Yeah, so I take it like it's really just like my hand really can like dwarf his entire like head. So I like reach out like a finger and just let him like just let him shake that.
And of course, he shakes it, and he reaches out and does the same for um, the other new player at our table.
Yes, I got your note and quite interested in to what adventure may lie. My name's Krieg.
No, it's really nice to meet you too. And without a further of ado, let's just get to right down to business.
And he snaps his fingers, and both of you feel a sudden pull as you both are teleported right into his little living area. And then you see, as you all sort of get, you know, back right onto your feet with the sudden teleportation, that this room is filled to the brim with oddities and weird items that you never seen before. Robotic arms, uh, skeletons of long forgotten creatures, any of that sort.
Curious to recognize like anything in here.
Romy, uh, what's your passives numbers?
Passive perception is 14. Passive investigation is 11.
Okay, so with those two, you recognize that, and with your background as well, I'll give you a bonus 5 for those. With those numbers, you sort of recognize some of these creatures as being, you know, some of the ancient skeletons of like eons ago. And they're very, very rare.
Okay, I'll just. Oh, that is fascinating. May I return here at some point in time and be allowed to take notes on these artifacts, if you will?
Oh, don't worry about it. Actually, I have a room here for you, if you are so inclined to stay and join us.
And he points towards the side of the room, one side of the room, and you see there's a hallway that's with rows of rooms ready for people to join on it.
Well, that's. Whoa. You seem to be quite ready.
Well, as a fellow researcher, you always have to be prepared for the oddities of life.
He just kind of like nods his head and he's like, I like this guy.
And with that, I want to allow you both to introduce each other to each other and the rest of the party.
And he goes on over, and you see that there is a huge bell. And he sort of puts both hands and starts ringing it. And this wakes everyone up.
Kratos
Oh
opens.
god.
Can a man ever sleep in without disturbance?
Well, it's time to wake up, you silly bellies. Besides,
Where's Nisa?
And Nisa, what are you currently up to?
It feels so early.
well, get up, you silly bellies. It's time for all of you to get to work. Besides, we have two new people here. I want to introduce you all to them.
Okay.
Nisa, after this is done, do you know how to braid hair?
Mm, yes. Yes, I think I
Okay,
can. You want me to braid your hair?
please. I don't have my servant here, so I am lacking in how to do it myself.
And all of you
Okay.
sort of bumble out of bed, and you all get to go right into the main room. And you see that while you all were sort of getting ready and stuff, there's a whole buffet of food waiting for you to eat.
Now eat up, eat up. I don't want any of you to leave on an empty stomach. I hope you all don't mind that these were magically created. It might be a little bit of an upset for some of you, but who cares? It's magic.
Oh, oh my goodness, Jelly. This is so much food. Okay, I just have to make sure Jelly doesn't eat too much or she'll get a big stomach ache.
Kratos just sits down and starts eating like barbaric.
Excuse me, sir, have you not heard of fork knives?
Uh,
We don't use forks or whatever utensils you use.
And snaps his fingers. And let's see. I want to do a personal roll of mine. Okay, so all of you are able to gather all of the necessary utensils as they sort of pop up around your table. And
Well, this shall be. Thank you for the meal. Um, this is quite an interesting group of people, and I am sorry I didn't. He turns to Krieg and he's like, "I'm sorry I did not introduce myself earlier. Curious, Baldur's Gate. Nice to meet you." And he reaches his hand out to shake it.
My name's Krieg.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well. And then he'll just kind of like sit down and like grab like a fork and knife and like start eating very like proper, like straight backed and very.
Well, that's something.
Krieg will sit down and, well, he's a barbarian, so
Wow, our party has suddenly gotten very big. I'm Nisa Knackle, and this is my pet mouse. Her name is Jelly. She's really sweet and clean. So, don't worry about her kind of moving around the table. Um,
You,
am I seeing double? Um, what, uh, do you two know one another?
What? What do you mean?
oh my goodness, Nisa, I believe the word is twins.
You two? I mean, you look very, very similar. Are you two related?
Kratos turning around to Krieg. Krieg? He says enthusiastically but confused.
Kratos. Well, long time no see, brother.
Ah, brother. He comes over and gives like a warm hug.
Wow, we have twin brothers in our group. This is fun.
oh,
It may. Well, if there's to be introductions, I am Travin Peregrine. Before you jump to any conclusions, the Peregrine family is very large. I have no ties to the late Lord Peregrine, unfortunately, because if I did, I would have been taking over the power gap here.
Well,
How long after the previous mission does this happen?
It's the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I slept in a little because my character spent some time in the night doing research. Uh, do you mind if I make a history check with DC 20, and it will inform the way my character interacts with another character?
Okay, yeah, go on ahead.
Thank you very much. Investigation. Okay.
Let's roll a straight history. Oh, investigation. 16.
Uh, history. I have plus 5 2 in history. 16.
And with that 16, you are
Okay.
allowed to have an advantage on history.
Oh. It's, up. Now the next time. Up.
23.
Oh,
So,
Okay. So I arrive at the breakfast table.
Bob, we
I,
saved you a spot next to me.
Oh. Thank you so much, Ninhir. I sit next to Travin. Here is Elvish for my lord.
Yes, quaint.
And from now on, I think Bob will call Travin that way, assuming no one else speaks Elvish. The party.
I believe so. However, our lovely Cobalt researcher just giggles a little bit and starts speaking in Elvish. It's like, yeah, I get it. Anywho. Now,
Oh, by the way, Cinnamon, uh, no, the bell is a bit loud. I don't think it needs to be so loud. People can hear, and Travin here, as well as myself, have very sensitive ears. Would you mind stepping it down a notch next time, please? Thank you very much.
alrighty, I get.
get it.
Well, probably I will install something in your guys' rooms. Well, during your guys' mission today. You see, I have two for you. Today. One
Oh,
is visiting an old acquaintance of mine in Waterdeep. The other one is a little bit more complicated, to say the very least. And I'll allow you all, as our second mission, to choose either one.
I know Waterdeep very well. I actually grew up there.
I'm going to trust Nisa here with. If she knows it, we could probably get that job done right off the bat and fast.
Why won't we just go to the other one?
We have to split amongst ourselves.
Well, it's really up to all of you. But I would like you all to do it as a group. You know, teamwork and all that. To get to know each other much better.
Well, I haven't spent much time around Goliath, so this could be interesting.
I remember the last time I spent time with an elf in war.
Oh, you were in the war?
Yes.
Do tell.
It was bloody. Then he reaches in his pocket to pull out a piece of a torn banner from one of the flags, one of his flags.
I see.
Uh,
Hmm.
I'm sure I saw the king out there.
Your king or the elven king?
I'm pretty sure it was the Elven King.
Ah. What did he look like? I've only heard rumors. Most elves don't get to see him, after all.
You have his I'm bad at making like genetic things with family members, so I'm sorry.
Resemblance.
Resemblance, yes.
Oh. Well, that means... Well, I do know that my family was directly connected to him. I didn't know he was that well. Thank you. I will take that as a personal compliment.
Take it as a compliment, take it as offense. I don't care.
After Nisa eats and Jelly eats, she'll move a chair behind Travin and climb onto the chair to stand up, and
So
she'll start braiding Travin's hair.
you pull off his hood in front of everyone?
Yes.
Oh, shit. He's got, like... He dyes his hair with black ink and everything like that. Nisa, not here! He's going...
Oh, well, why
Oh.
not? I think we're just going to leave soon.
Let's just do it in my bedroom, please.
All right, then.
All right. Well, I'll give you some time. You all some time to decide on what you want to do. And oh yeah, before I forget, snaps his fingers again, and all of you receive a little note card with the other option that you all can decide on. It tells on adventuring to a small little fishing isle off the coast of Waterdeep. So it's still sort of roughly the same area, but it's, roughly going to be a smaller mission of trying to find an old relic that was used in the Elven War.
I think that's where I'm gonna head to.
Will it trouble if I could go with?
I vote for the Elven Relic. We can't afford to have that run into someone else's hands, especially those who may actually use it to do harm rather than good.
Well, I am looking forward to getting back to Waterdeep. However, I'm willing to go with whatever the group will say. If you guys want to go for the relic, I'm open to that.
I mean, don't we have to go to Waterdeep anyway?
We could stop at the island.
Well,
Very familiar with the coast. So I'd probably be
you're
helpful
such...
either way.
You're quite a resourceful little thing, aren't you?
Thank you very much. And she does a little curtsy.
Anyways, that's where I vote, is to go get that relic before it falls into someone else's grubby little hands. Like I said, I don't want it used to do any more harm to this planet.
And if we have to give it to Cinnamon,
Cinnamon, what are your plans for this relic?
Well, since this is sort of an old thing, and I haven't been, you know, around that long, I was just curious on sort of what was used during the war. Plus, with this relic, I heard that it was, well, let's say it was, more of an healing artifact than anything else. I don't know much details other than that. But, the more information, the better. Besides, I usually these artifacts, after I research them and document them down in my book, I usually contain them in this room as he sort of motions around, all around himself, up, down, left, right, uh, sideways, diagonal, all that direction. So,
Well,
unless they have special access to this area, like you all.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Like, so, and he continues. Like, so unless you all sort of, bring someone out there who doesn't have my authorization, then, rare opportunities of people actually stealing my stuff. Unless, you all leave with something of mine. But, unless I gave you permission to touch it.
Cinnamon, this may be an elven relic. Don't you think it would be better if it was back in the elven people's hands?
Well, possibly. But I don't want to take any chances. You see, it's, kind of a touchy-feely situation with the elves and all that, so I don't
I'm
want to...
aware of the infighting, yes.
But, I think it might be better for both the community here, as well as personally for me to own, knowing that this relic doesn't fall into the wrong hands. For me to still own it. And besides, don't worry if it,
My computer just finally booted back up.
Don't interrupt Alexi. Well,
Sometimes I hate my computer.
Alex.
And, there's... So if you're worried about me, accidentally, don't worry. I will make sure nothing will happen.
Cinnamon,
Yes?
how do we know you are not the wrong hands?
Come on, I'm a researcher. And I am not, normally the type of folk to, start something that I'm not capable of finishing. And besides, I'm a version to violence. I don't condone it whatsoever.
May I do an insight check?
Oh, yeah. Go on ahead. $19. Yeah, you can tell that he is not really that type of person. You don't really see that much of like weaponry and stuff that is currently usable. Like any sort of weapons that he has around are more of like dulled down to a point. Dulled down so it won't be like, able to do serious harm to anyone.
and he's small enough to, you know, not be able to be a major threat to other people. So, and you see sort of like that, like sort of serious tone on his face of not wanting to do violence.
Yeah, sure, but what I'm saying is, I am a researcher myself, and my hands are definitely the wrong ones. So, you know,
I
it
know
were
this might seem a little odd, but I trust him. I think it's going to be fine.
it's, sometimes I feel like you would trust someone strangling you that they are in fact doing CPR on you. So I don't know if your opinion has much value, but yeah, sure.
How
I
dare
I
you
am
say something like
actually
that to her?
I'm actually
She's.
more perceptive than you think I am.
How dare
If
you say something like that to her? She's an asset, not a liability to all of us.
if this is sacred and ancient, it should return to the Elven Keep.
I believe that it should go to the Elven Keep after a bit, but allow them to finish their petty little squabbles over the power gap that has been going on there.
Exactly.
Because who knows if the new leader of that, of the elves is going to be a fair one or a cruel one, just like the late Lord Bergrim.
And you and you possess the family name.
I possess a proud elven name.
Oh, you sure do.
And you,
And I
Well, if
have no quarrels with any.
Very well.
and while you're both are sort of, all of you are sort of bickering around, Cinnamon sort of boom, boom, with the stick, and for the two who are not aware, he holds a little cobalt stick,
The booming,
but
the boomstick.
but
Boomstick.
you hear a like the crackle of a like thunder coming out of it, and
Now, please try to refrain from all that at my table. I know there's a lot of issues, but I am a welcoming person. I don't ask questions, nor do I try to be rude to anyone who I hire. I, besides, I see everyone as equals. So, can you please try to dial down that tones and all that till a later date? I, Miss Anna,
Understood. If we bicker, we do it on our own times.
please do. I appreciate that.
thank you,
Thank you for the
Cinnamon.
wonderful meal. I will head back to my quarters and get ready to depart for the job.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Cinnamon.
Oh, before you leave, if you actually do somehow meet with my contact, and you should see it on the back of that notepad of who you should meet. Um, make sure to give him my thanks.
Oh, of course.
I had
and
better prepare too as he walks to his quarters.
all right.
Nisa will look at Bob and go, you know, I'm not I don't easily trust, even though I look like I do.
Bob, you should come with us. I need to discuss something with you.
I didn't plan on the not coming, so sure. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. Why are there 3 Goliaths now?
Yeah.
Yes, we are very outnumbered for the first time.
That took you
Well,
a while.
I didn't have a lot of sleep. Well met, strangers. You may call me Lincoln Duck the Desecrator, but Lincoln Duck will suffice.
You can call him Bob.
Please don't.
Oh,
Hey,
Bob, I
I,
think it's really bad when you don't want to be called Bob. Bob is such a nice name, Bob.
I mean, I don't feel comfortable referring to anyone as the Desecrator, honestly. Um, so I
Good.
believe I'm going to be calling you Bob.
This is why I offered that you call me Lincoln Duck.
Lincoln, I will try to remember that.
Thank you so much.
Bob is a lot easier to remember.
If he wants to be called Lincoln, I think we should be best if we try to respect each other's wishes. Lincoln.
You're too kind, Ninhir. I mean, Trevin.
Oh, it's quite all right. You are more than welcome to call me that if you like.
Hmm.
Anyway, how long would you say the water deep thing would take? Because I mean, if we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I don't see the need to separate the tasks.
Well, the first task that I asked about me and my contact might take a bit. Take a bit. Maybe, I don't know, 5 hours. But we have our teleporter right over here, and it points over to the inactive polar area that you, 4 of you have used before.
Waterdeep is a very big city. However, I can move quite fast through it, but for my short stature, it's still gonna take me quite a bit to find who we'll be looking for, even with my contacts and everything.
Well, you should be able to see sort of the address right on the back. And it's going to be pretty good, but the resets document and transportation might be a little bit wonky. Because this is kind of a delicate object that you're bringing back here in resets. So, I'd rather not have any sort of magical hiccups along the way. The healing thing should be fine, though, to go through the teleporter. And if you all do this if you do both, you all should be able to get do this task pretty quickly. And who knows, maybe you'll all be able to get some adventure around the city. Purchase some items that will help you later on.
It really sounds like we can do both. I vote we do both.
Well, we just go to Waterdeep and we could discuss who could go get the relic and who could.
Well, I believe that maybe the elves should get the relic and you guys do the meet and greet.
And did say that he wanted us to be together, though.
I do believe that splitting up is in my experience, splitting up is a very poor decision.
I agree.
And out of character, we're level 1. We're all gonna die.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
definitely.
Hannah Sharel. Come on, Bob. Let's go discuss what I needed to talk to you about.
Oh,
I mean,
sure, yes.
Lincoln.
Oh, yes. Of course, I will follow you, Travis.
He's going to walk to your room and wait for you to open the door for him.
I very ceremoniously open the door and invite him inside.
All right, close the door.
Yeah, sure. And he closes the door.
Yeah, he's going to look dead at you. He's like, what are you playing at?
That's a funny question coming from you. I just thought you were used to being treated a certain way, and I found that it would be good manners to be accommodating to that.
Now, what do you know about my family and I, then?
From what I have gathered, I know that this delightful raven black color on your hair isn't natural, and I think you share a little bit more than a surname with the late Lord Berregrim.
And what do you want so that doesn't come to light? Usually, I kill those who know and beyond with it. So, since I enjoy your company, what do you want in return to keeping this little discretion between the two of us? This is all in Elven, by the way. Forgot to say that.
Of course. Uh, from now, nothing comes to mind, but let's just consider that you owe me a boon of some sort, and when the time comes, I will let you know. But I want you to be reassured I am really, really, really not interested in elven politics, and I think it's pretty funny that you would come to have the opportunity to kill your own father. So I really, if anything, I'm a fan. I don't want you to be uncomfortable with the situation. I really admire what you did, and
How did you know about that?
Oh, I have ways to know. I'm not just bound to some madness demon that wants me to be old goody two shoes and paladining my way in the world. I also have research skills, and you gave me a lot of clues.
Oh, did I not? Guess I'm losing it. So, please, enlighten me so I can potentially walk on this so that doesn't happen again.
Well, when you had this very touching moment when you said that Travin wasn't your real name.
I said that Travin was a made-up name because... Oh, so then you know my real name. Fantastic.
I don't plan on using it. You know, dealing with demons, I kind of know that the power of real names is something you don't do lightly with. So, trust me, I don't want to torture you. I don't want to persecute you. I don't want to have you think that I am using you as a pawn or anything like that. I just think it's funny, you know. It's really funny, and that's I'm having fun with it. You know, the voice of chaos won't let me do anything fun, so if I can get away with it, that's let me have that. And then my quarterstaff starts glowing, and it glows purple first, and then it glows with a more orange, red, fiery hue, and the sentient part of the staff is taken over by the voice of chaos that says,
Oh, yes, please. Please, my elven lord. Let them have their fun with this.
"See, even him says that." Shall we
Look.
go back to the group?
Yes, thanks for teaching me, explaining to me about prestidigitation. I very much appreciate that.
The pleasure is all mine. I think magic is a wonderful thing that should be shared with a lot of people.
Yeah, this is leaving the room. It's like, I didn't know that you had to use certain items to use some spells. Thank you.
It's sometimes more complicated than it looks, but it's really worth it.
You have a grasp of magical theories I never would have expected.
And you are a quick learner. So, should we jump in the portal?
Jump in the porter.
Alrighty, so I assume that the rest of the group has already done the same. Hopped right on through. And all of you have seen that it is the teleport goes directly right towards the docks of Waterdeep. Sort of roughly around this little section right there.
No.
Holy shit. That is the biggest map.
That is some map, yes.
And, you know, with one of our lovely people in the group, are well known and versed. They already have sort of the knowledge of what Waterdeep looks like. And they sort of know Waterdeep is way more diverse than Candlekeep ever was. And by the time you sort of all get acquainted to sort of the dock areas, you all sort of decide on what you all want to try to do first. Either meet the contact or do the elvish thing.
I vote the elvish relic.
We could gather supplies if we handle this business first and then get the relic.
I do believe that it's best to always get as much information as possible before making any type of a move. So it's probably best for us to meet the contact at first and then handle the retrieval of this elven relic.
All right.
Very well.
One vote for the relic, one vote for the contact. Bob, what say you?
I think our friend Curious, was it?
Yes.
I think our friend Curious is making a very good point. Having more preparation is maximizing our chances of success.
All right, then that's 2 for the contact, 1 for the relic. Crag, what are your votes?
I suggest the contact.
I suggest the contact.
And with 4 for the contact, that's where we go.
And all of you sort of take a look at what the address is. And you see that the location is right in Troll Skull Alley, which is right up here. If you can see that blue that I've just circled.
Oh, I know where this is. I've been
Where
there a
are
number of
we?
times.
You're all right down here in the docks, this specific area.
Oh my gosh, it's all the way across town.
And
Wait, what?
And
Okay.
other location that was noted is currently right down here, down in the last little circle area. Those are sort of the three locations that are of note for you guys. You're currently down on the docks, and the two contacts are either side.
Travin's gonna look at the note and raise his eyebrows at everyone, going, "Sure, contact first."
Of course, they would be on opposite sides of the entire city. Um, I do believe it is best to go with the one closest to us at this point in time, although how we're going to get there, I have no idea.
How about I hire a boat?
I feel like that's an excellent decision.
I do have one thought. If we get this relic and it somehow slips out of our hands or pockets and
I wouldn't let that
contact
happen.
these and tries to persuade one of us to buy it, or we get pickpocketed.
Come on, I'm sure these big, well-built Goliath hands of yours can hold down to a relic quite nicely.
I will hold my enemies. What?
Wait, what do you think that you're saying? You think I'd let a Goliath hold on to the relic?
Well, I feel like that's just racist at this point in time.
Our people are at war with each other, even after the king is dead.
That is true.
Hey, if that guy has slaughtered elves, that means he's used to throttling elven material with his bare hands. I think it's appropriate in a simple, efficient, task-oriented way of looking at it.
I'm the one with the money, I'm the one buying the ship, I'm the one who holds the relic. Understood?
Sure thing, Ninhir.
Alright.
How much is a ship? Like, to hire a ship?
To hire a ship that is able to hold the 6 of you, it would cost roughly about I don't know, 5 gold pieces per person. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last session, but for those who were there, you all get 25 gold pieces each.
Okay.
I can pay my own way.
I got it. For you. Don't worry, Nisa.
Oh, you're
All
too
right.
kind.
Yeah, he's gonna walk up. We need to get to this location.
And you walk up to like sort of the ship, and it's pretty decently big good size. And the person you walked up to is sort of a bucky man, a big man, and it's like, right off the docks. Well, it might take a while. We just got here, but give us a few hours to unload our things, and come back. And we'll be able to get to right on over to that little island.
A few hours. How many hours are we speaking?
We have gone some very huge loads of items from down from Baldur's Gate, different locations that don't have a huge presence in here. So It might take
If my companions are willing to help, this can make it move along faster, correct?
perhaps. Perhaps. Roll me a persuasion.
Of course. Alright. 15.
15. You're able to you're able to persuade him after a little bit of back and forth. And he sort of points up towards the boat. Just make sure you don't touch anything that's moving. There is we have some peculiar items that we have acquired that's being sent on over. And we
All
don't
right.
want anything to be released on accident.
I will let my companions know. As he's gonna walk up, he looks a little bit more annoyed than usual. So we can get onto the boat in about 2 hours if you large guys are willing to help.
Hmm.
I can help too.
Let's go see what we could do. As he walks.
Don't touch anything that is moving. If you release something onto this dock, it could be catastrophic for them.
Very well. As he walks towards the captain. Whatever. Yeah, captain.
All right, you walk on up. You see that seems to be a half orc. A very broad half orc. And you see that he has a little badge on his side, on his thing, with his name called Kiz. Kiz, Urazgubi.
Say it again.
I'll post it in my personal chat in the Twitch chat, so everyone can see what the name is.
Yeah, that's a very orcish name. All right.
And if there's any Sierra people who knows this name, you will definitely know what it is. And for those who will be watching this later in the archives, I will obviously put it in the title or in the description. So, thank you, Sierra, for making that name possible. So you all sort of are able to get all the items off pretty fast. You don't have to roll for anything. I don't want to take up too much time. And it takes you all roughly an hour or so.
It takes them roughly an hour or so.
Yeah. So you all are finished with it and are able to head on board and head off to sort of the small little island off the coast. And as you sort of get on off, this is where all of you sort of roughly land.
Ooh.
Looks like there's been people here.
Yeah, currently all the stands around here are having small little fishing areas. This one right here sells like basic items.
Uh-huh.
And this one sells fishing items.
Okay. Alright, I had to zoom out a little bit. I only got like when like the first stock.
Oh, yeah, this one sells the more of the basic items that you would normally get in any sort of shop. Yeah.
All right. So basically, a little tiny shop keep little thing.
Yeah, this is the for those who are starting to being processed right on into Waterdeep. This is sort of like the first little stop they might have to go into, or if
All
they
right.
just want to try to get on through past Waterdeep and they have to pick up items. This is where they go.
All right.
I'm making sure that my hood is up and people can't see my face.
Alrighty. And you see that the note that was given to you specifically states that this is the area that you need to start looking for the items. And you all are currently, if you have any tokens or if I need to provide any, this is sort of where you all are right now.
I don't have any token.
Okay, I
I
can.
don't even know how to make those.
I don't even know what those are.
Okay, let.
I don't know what those are.
I know what it is, but I don't have a character sheet here. My character's outside of it, so.
Okay, I can.
Oh, those things. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so who wants me to provide them something?
I think all of us.
Okay, so
Yes,
do.
I'd like a
Pretty sure you'll
token.
need 6 of them.
I can make one
Yeah.
real quick.
Okay, so who?
Tavern, you already have one. Nissa just gave you one. Should have told you guys might need to have one. Mitt, I just gave you one. Sorry, everyone. There we go. Kratos, I just gave you one, and let me just pull up a personal token that I sometimes use for a Cray. Okay, so
Hold the orange token. Is that what's happening?
yeah, just provide everyone a token. So, and Craig, this I am about to give you yours. This is just all temporary for today's session. I'll tell you all how to make your own after today's session. So,
All right.
Oh, what a dump.
Well, that's nice.
It's all wood and it smells of fish.
Smells like freedom.
Mmm.
Smells good.
I kind of like it.
Hmm.
Jelly really likes it.
It would be nice to own a residence out here. Oh no, I mean by like he says it would be nice to own a residence out here. Like a house.
ah.
Yeah, well, it's certainly away from most things in the city.
Mm.
And you see that
So, let's walk around.
and make sure you all can control your token, and I can provide you guys with a simple sheet.
So I
For
can't control my token.
Which one is mine?
Yeah,
the yellow one is Trevin. Green is Kratos.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't grab a hold of it.
Really?
Oh, nope.
This is what okay. Ness, you're orange. Try.
every time I try to move it, it moves. My screen moves up and down.
This is not supposed to help her. Excellent. Let me see. Yeah, this, I don't know what the hell is happening because I did provide you all with tokens. But anyway, let's just say that you all just venture around without moving your tokens. Because right now I don't want to be bogged down with trying to fix everything. All right?
Alright.
Yeah, we can fix that later.
Yeah, fix that
I
later.
agree. Well, so the note we have says that we should go to the basic shop all the way down the map, right?
Yeah, the basic shop that's right down there.
All right, well then let's go. And
Agreed.
Nisa
All right.
leads the way. Actually, she's just gonna walk down and head towards the little shop.
All right, I'm second. Ew, Victor.
I guess I'm third.
Bring up the rear.
All right. And as you all sort of venture on down, and you walk on out onto the front of the shop, the stand, see that it's currently owned by a small, a goblin with a sort of long sun hat on to cover his face. And he sort of is like, hello, hello. Who might I have the pleasure in saying a warm welcome to the coast of Waterdeep?
We're looking for an elf relic, if you might know anything about it.
An elf relic, you say?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Nisa, and these are my friends. And we were sent by Cinnamon. Do you know Cinnamon?
Well, that isn't a name that I have heard in quite a while. He used to visit these parts quite often. Well, let's see. If I heard correctly, that little island right over there, as he points towards this. Heard there is a man from in town who might be doing some research here. Who's more of an acquaintance to Bacon. Or, sorry, of Cinnamon.
Are you hungry?
Oh, no. Sorry about that. When I say food, it normally messes me up. And he sort of quiets on up a bit.
What's your name, my good sir?
You can call me,
Bacon.
Cardamom.
BM for short. Or Bam. You can call me Bam.
Why does that trigger a memory of Bam Bam? Some Flintstones.
Well, if there isn't any other questions, you can get on your little merry way.
Victor, stop. Get down from there.
We're looking for a special item.
Yeah, I believe it's right over there. And he points again to the little island.
Another little island?
No, yeah,
Come on.
this is the one right
No,
on top.
I could throw all of you across that can't swim.
Well,
I swim.
you should be able to use one of those small little ships that are currently docked on the side.
Or we
Yeah,
can.
I don't think we should swim. There are some sea creatures in there.
Hmm.
Well, we still have that the boat that carried us across. Maybe we could just, I don't know, ask. Ugh.
I mean, it's not too far. Maybe they will just let us go.
Maybe if the water's shallow enough, you three could just walk across.
But
If
like she said, there might be eels down or something.
well,
Or
if
sharks.
it
I
would,
think there might be sharks.
well, if you would like,
Knowledge maker.
yeah, if you want to do a little nature check, and since you are of a resident of, or used to be a resident of Waterdeep, you can do it with advantage.
I got 16.
17.
17. So with that 17 and with that 16, you both are sort of know that the sharks are never this close in to islands and stuff, especially with Waterdeep, since they're more of a like closer to Neverwinter and other areas up there.
Well, maybe if we move quickly, we we should probably be fine, I think.
And I would also say with that 16 and 17, you all sort of see that the water that you can go across is you're all able to sort of roll up your uh, leggings and stuff and just walk on across.
Could I jump on someone's back?
You could, you could be.
Craig, you would lend me your back?
Sure, why not?
Ugh.
All right.
Well, I
It's
hate to get.
piggyback time. And Nisa jumps on his back and wraps her arms around his shoulders.
Hello.
Travin's going to take off his boots, roll up his trousers, and yeah.
Yeah, Lincoln Doc is going to hold the the bottom of their robes up over their knees and like French canning their way along the route that leads to the island.
I'll help Lincoln out of the water, going, my lady.
All right. You all sort of wade the water going right on across. And you all sort of get there and like pretty hastily. And you all sort of dry off your legs.
Except
And,
for Nisa, she's totally dry.
and you all sort of get on up. And you see that there's a rickety, like, you know, exactly what you see on screen right now. Sort of a rickety tent built on up. Looks like it was recently made. And there,
Halashara.
and there is currently, recent excuse me, recent lookings of that, there was an area that's starting to be dug out, and a note.
All right. What does the note say?
Does anyone know Goblin?
No.
Nope.
I know Orcish, but not Goblin.
1 second.
Isn't Goblin and Orcish written in Woven alphabet?
Let me check. The Goblin language is written in Deathgree. So Dwarven, Giant Orc. Yep. So yeah, you are able to read if you know any giant orc, gnome,
Excellent.
goblin, and terrain.
Oh, excellent.
She does speak Gnomish, of course, and she knows Orcish.
I'm pretty sure Goliath speak giant by default, so we should be covered here.
Yeah. So you should be, for anyone who knows any of the things that I listed, you could be able to read. Yeah, Goliath. Any of the G's.
Giant Gnomish or Goblin,
Yeah.
and Orcish.
And O's.
Yeah. I know giant.
Yeah, so that should be covered as well.
Okay.
So you should be, you are able to read it, and you would see that it says, currently away. Be back.
Says currently away.
Currently away. Meet me at my shop. And you see there's an address located right on the note.
Is it the note goblin that we just talked to?
And it should say, and right on the bottom, it should be signed Bacon. Bacon Milk.
Nisa's gonna start looking around
Bam!
for an object.
What type of object you are looking for? And do me also an investigation.
May I do the same?
Yeah. Actually, since you're both doing it, you both get advantage.
Advantage. Awesome.
Yeah, well, I got a 20.
And you both and you get 7s.
I mean,
Well-
she's specifically looking for the relic, like anything that looks old, anything that looks like it could be important, of value,
You see that
elvish, which she kind of knows a little bit of, elvish culture, being around them a lot.
you are able to find as you sort of look around, and you both sort of do the same thing. You are able to find several old trinkets and stuff, like pieces of elvish poor what's it called, like lamp oils, holders, like what genies are in, and you see some of the old swords, pieces, and obviously for those who were in the war or know of the war and participated in it, these look sort of familiar of earlier battles that took place in, like way, way early portions. And they're sort of spread out, but a good like handful of them are currently uh, right here, where that little knife is at. And you see that there's an area that is dug out, sort of right next to it. It looks like it was recently covered back on up.
I wonder what they dug down. Who has a shovel?
Want to go check that out?
I don't have a shovel, but I do have a crowbar.
I do too.
Can I look around the camp to find a shovel?
You all look around, but you don't see a shovel.
If they. So who's good at digging? Like with the hands, I would imagine.
Can I make an investigation check to see if the digging was made with a tool or with hands?
Yeah. 18. So you were able to sort of get the gist that this was dug out with a shovel. But the way that was dug out, it seems to be done in a weird pattern. As if it seems like someone was like haphazardly trying to dig out of the ground.
So there are many little mounds of dirt all around the island?
Yeah. And from what you can tell, it seems to be like someone was testing out like magic, some sort of magic. You don't know of what and how it was implemented, but it seems like it was like some sort of magic was involved with it.
Okay. So, do you think, guys, should we go back to the address and wait and try to find this chicken milk person, or should we wait or look for something else? I'm starting to believe that we shouldn't wait too much. We shouldn't waste too much time here.
All right.
But we haven't found what we are looking for. I mean,
Yeah,
are
we've
any
come
of these
so
things the right
close.
thing?
I mean,
Is there a way I can like take my glaive and start just like digging?
Yes. And if you guys want to try to dig without using proper toolings, you can roll me a strength check with a disadvantage.
Okay. Just a regular strength check or an athletics check?
Athletics check with this disadvantage.
Okay.
I'd like to check his research notes if he has any of those.
Yeah, you actually, to check the, so with the note, you would see little bits of piece of papers with stuff written in the same language as the note. And not all of it's there. Like, it's just a few pages haphazardly of documents of, oh, this is a piece of a sword and stuff. And nothing of big importance.
Can we look inside the tent?
That's
Nisa
where I
will
am.
be using her crowbar as she tries to dig.
What did someone else say? I just um.
So, Curious was using his halberd. I rolled. Um, let's see. I rolled a disadvantage the first time. Um, and I wound up rolling a 13 and an 18, but it didn't come up in
What
roll
just
20.
happened?
Okay, so 13, 10. Okay,
I
so
got a 14.
so I would say with the rules that I see on screen currently, you all sort of take your lovely time with di-
Sorry, guys. That's sorry.
it's all good. You all sort of take your time trying to dig out with the improper tools, and you all see as you sort of finish on up what appears to be an entranceway right here.
Well, so much for wasting our time here.
And this is sort of what
Good
you all.
luck.
And it's near the bottom of the screen for those who are currently in
I
the
see it.
game.
Hey, quit touching things, Victor.
And let's
Wait.
see.
I can't really see it.
It's all black on my end.
Really?
Mine too.
It's
You gotta look.
you
You
have
gotta
to
look at
look
the
at the
bottom.
bottom,
Yeah,
the bottom left.
Oh yeah, it's all black.
Zoom
I mean,
out and
there's a
look at the bottom left.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Wow, it's starting to appear now.
um.
Oh, and now it's gone again.
I see it.
I see is black and then a little white.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to see.
Oh, that's what we're supposed to see. Okay.
Yeah, so Nisa will call out before she goes into this tunnel. Hey guys, I found a tunnel. And then she just jumps on in.
Okay, so
Travin's gonna take the research notes and walk up. Good work, everyone.
all right, so for those who are players who want to venture on in, who wants to go on in? Nissa, you're
Yep.
Well,
Nisa's going.
okay. Nissa, you're
Travin's going.
it's going.
okay. So
Oh,
Nissa,
Bob, you can't let Nisa go alone by herself, Bob. You have to go with her, Bob.
So anything dark is going as well.
okay. So Nissa, your orange try to control it.
Yeah, I tried to. I can't move it.
What the hell? Roll 20. What's wrong with you today?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Roll20. Like when I look at, I don't know if you gave me like a character sheet, but no character sheet comes up.
I have a character sheet, but I don't have access to it.
It's like all blank. So
Okay, try to do it now.
yeah, nope, it doesn't work.
I open up D&D and Beyond, and you go to the collections and look at my character sheet from there.
Yeah, I'll make sure of that. Let's see. What if I just gave you guys access to all, like, just a token? Controlled by all players. Try that. Someone just move that blue one.
Instead of moving it, I dragged my whole screen down. Stop.
Nope, I can't move it.
What roll 20 is being a butt today, guys?
Yeah.
I can't do anything with it
Well,
either.
I can describe what Nisa would do. So
Yeah,
her
yeah.
speed is 25. So she's gonna move forward 25, and she's got 60 feet of dark vision.
All right. So. Let's see. see. All right. So as to describe the scene for you all, it's the hallway that you all are in right now is sort of a dim light, and you see that on the other side of the um, room, the hallway is stairways heading on back up, but it's currently caved on in. And you see that there's a little bitty uh, hallway leading. Let's see, reveal area. Going right over here. And this is all what you guys see as you sort of venture on down the same little area.
Um, why is it doing that? Stop. Every time I put my mouse in the black, the the black square, it'll drag the screen down again.
Well, it's something that we all have to try to figure out after our session. So let's all try to just role play this out as we can.
Alright, I'm good at that.
So yeah, so all of you sort of reached a dead end. And you see that at the end of the door pathway, you all see sort of runes and text that seem to be of Elvish text. And for those who could be able to read Elvish,
Me.
and
Me too.
you all sort of see that it's reading that reads Temple of the Forgotten Healers.
Temple of the Forgotten Healers, everyone.
Yeah, that sounds like some place we could find a healing item of Elven
Yeah,
making.
that sounds like the place we're looking for. So how do we get past this door?
Friendship is magic, Cream Puff.
Maybe there's a puzzle. My people do like those.
Thank you for the
You don't-
follow, Frey Bror. Sorry, I cannot pronounce names correctly. Woo! As you all sort of look up and down, you see that there is currently what appears to be a hand shape. And it's sort of roughly the size of, a medium size, like, humanoid. So, like, half elves, humans. But not like dragonborn and stuff, like actual, like, humanoids.
Okay,
Does it want you to give it a handshake?
Should we? Can I look for traps with an investigation check?
Yeah. 24. With that 24, you sense that it would be sort of an impending thing if the wrong person touches the door. So, for example, it would be if there were, let's say, a bandit who came on in and tried to steal whatever valuables inside. Something may be befallen of him.
Oh, Bob, you have to tell them, Bob. You can't let these people in harm's way, Bob. Please tell them.
Okay, so the door is trapped as whole heck. So back off, and I'm gonna try something. And I will recall. I will walk away a few feet and try to Eldritch blast the heck out of the door.
Alrighty. So roll. 10 and a 2. Accuracy doesn't count because it's a sedentary object, but that 2,
The damage.
yeah,
Think.
Lincoln, what the hell are you doing?
yeah, the 2,
I'm saving your butt.
the 2 does not
This place.
do much damage. Go on.
This place is ancient and old. It needs to be protected. Oh. Ow.
And with that 2 with that attack, there seems to be appears right on the door of a seems to be like a 1. Like a tally mark appears. And it boom boom. And there's subtle text that appears right on top of the hand. Like that. For those
doesn't
who
sound good.
seek entrance, you need to be of noble blood.
Damn it.
Oh. If only there was someone among us who was of noble blood. It's really, really too bad our dear friend Travin here only shares a name with the last Lord Berigrim. Tough luck, eh? Too bad.
I guess we are gonna have to find someone of noble blood to do this.
Well, I'm certainly not a noble.
Whoa.
I was left on the porch of a shopkeep.
Fuck. Well, fine. I'll open the fucking door. But it's not like it's going to work. I share a family name. The odds of this being, like, it's slim. Let's just say slim. What do I have to say? Do I have to make a bluff check or anything?
There's no bluff in 5e.
Oh.
Yeah.
The deception.
It's deception.
Nah.
Yeah.
They basically all know anyways.
Yeah. So you do reach your hand on out, and the door, the room, the wall right in front of you sort of crumbles.
Sorry, ancestors. Yeah.
And you see that there is a room right in front of you that disappears. And there seems to be a map right on the floor of this newly found room. And with the dim lighting surrounding it, you all see that it is a map of an early version of Waterdeep. You don't know how far long ago it was, or whenever this map was made, but it was clearly of a bygone era. But you can, guys don't even need to roll it. It looks like Waterdeep.
Oh, I can definitely see
mind
this
if,
is a map of Waterdeep. I don't need this. I've been living in Waterdeep for years.
But why would they have this sealed away?
And you see that there is a locked door right on the side.
Is there anything special on the ancient map?
Not that you can entail, but you can sort of guess. that it is of sort of research notes that you might be able to maybe come back here at a later date and somehow document it.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take the map and so we can research it later when we come back to Candlekeep.
All right, so you're able to lock it up, roll it on up, and put it into your side, but it's quite heavy, so it'll be roughly 5 pounds.
Please be
Quite
careful with that.
And
careful is my middle name.
Coming from the person who aligns himself with a chaos demon. Oh.
Kratos draws his what was the weapon I had again? Wait. He pulls out his great sword and he mumbles can't be too careful.
What's that for? It's, as far as I see, that there's nothing in here but us.
and a door.
Maybe
Never
I should
know about
try
the
my
dead,
crowbar
have you?
on the door.
Ness, your volume is a little bit low. But yes, if you
Maybe I
want.
should try my crowbar on the door.
No, do not damage any part of this building.
You already knocked down.
Before we start attacking doors, can we at least check if they're not trapped? I mean, I don't care whether or not the door survives, but I do really much care whether or not I survive.
I'm sure that we will be fine while we're here. The ancient elves weren't all that on killing people.
For sure, because being banished to another dimension is a much, much better fate than dying.
Well, you know, we got lucky this time.
I'm gonna check the door for traps again.
Head.
With that 8, there does not seem to be any weirdness.
All right, no traps. So we need to find a way through it.
Well, when I
How
just
about I try to touch it again?
Oh, please do.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Well, this door, from what y'all can see, is just a plain old door.
Oh, well, he's gonna lean down and use thieves' tools and just pick the lock if he can.
why wait locks if you could just do this, Kratos runs straight through the door.
Alright, so as you cross through the door, you get the
So I have
sudden
to-
realization it wasn't even locked. And you rush on through, and you crash right onto the other side of the door. And you get, let's see. R1D.
You oversized brute!
6 points of force damage.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 6 points of self-reflected force damage as you hit the wall.
Yeah. You oversized brute!
And you enter into sort of a bigger room. And every sort of like other 2 spaces. So for example, like right there, right here, yeah, right here, like sort of every other second place section, there's a coffin.
Yep. Yeah, I'm dead.
Do not disturb the ancestors.
What if they disturb us?
It's a bit late for not disturbing the ancestors, if you ask me, but yeah, sure.
Alrighty. So you all sort of, yeah, there seems to be coffins all around, but you do look around and see that there are two ways you can go. Either through the door near the bottom or the archway that's currently open on top.
Before we make a plan, I'd like to apologize to the ancestors for my companions' discretion.
Alright, well, let's destroy some coffins.
No! He's gonna run in front of you. No!
It's just coffins.
Why would we destroy them?
I don't know. They're just wood pile.
Just let them be at peace. I mean, if there's something in there.
No! There's nothing in there except for bones.
Bones that would awake.
No, well, there's no point in just destroying something.
You kill a
Let.
coffin.
I mean, could the relic be in the coffins?
If the relic's not in the coffin, I don't see any point to destroying the coffin, and I am a desecrator, so, I would love to open the coffins, but let's not do that if there's no point to it.
Why don't you do it all, just desecrate or whatever you... Yeah.
Don't open these coffins. We'll search the area. This will be our last chat, like our last of last choice to open the coffins.
I think we should look. I think we should go through the archway.
Hey, I was thinking of the same thing. It's already open, so no one needs to crash through the archway again.
Anything?
Yeah.
Or use thieves' tools.
He nearly crashed into me.
So
hey, Trevin. What's the policy on using thieves' tools on ancient doors of your people?
I apologize to them. And I would sooner have this place stay intact than a barbarian like you crashing through any door, ruining this place.
It's...
Travin, mind your temper.
I do not have a temper.
Alrighty.
Oh, really?
I'll call that whatever you want, but please control it.
Alright, so for those who decide to go on down the archway path, you get met with a doorway.
Going down to the door in of the same room.
Yeah.
Nisa will be heading that way.
Alright, so
and she'll do an investigation check on that door.
On the bottom door?
No, on the top.
The top door is locked. And for those who want to investigate the bottom door, it's also locked.
She will check the top door for traps.
Okay, do me an investigation.
7.
With that 7, does not seem to be any sort of traps.
Traps. I think we're good.
Will I just run into it again?
No! No!
Come on, let's be civil here. We're all civilized people. Let's just open
Let
the door.
exactly. Let me open the door. So, can I? What do I use for thieves' tools?
Dexterity, please.
All right, not a problem.
23. Um, with that 23, you are able to unlock it with relative ease, and the lock on the door sort of clunks to the ground. And you walk on through. Wait, which door? Which door? The top, bottom.
The top.
Bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were at the bottom.
Krieg's at the bottom door.
All right.
Nisa
So
was at the top door.
I'm
So-
at the top. It's hoping to slam through another door.
so Craig, which door you want to try to open up that door?
Yeah.
Okay. So either roll me a strength check to try to knock it down, or if you have thieves' tools, then try to unlock it. With that. And for those who are
I do not have thieves' tools, so
Yeah, just across the room, looks like clink. Okay, doors open, guys. Go in.
All right. So for Craig, if you roll, oh, you knock on back after you try to knock down the door.
We hear that.
Yeah, you
Yep.
guys clearly hear that. And for those who are on the top, you enter on into this little area.
Is there a
Seriously, I
You go
A
back.
room with more doors.
Counter-
Lovely.
Alrighty. So you
Did I
all,
break these doors?
yeah, for the doors that you all sort of see, they're as you all sort of check them, they're all locked. Oh, actually, with that, we'll have to actually end our session there because we already passed our 2 hour block, and our players have to actually hop on off soon. So I would like to say thank you to all my players for joining us today, as well as for those who are currently watching and joined my lovely, lovely group. And I'll allow them to sort of say if um, they have any sort of, things that they might be joining, uh, games that they might be playing, and or Twitch streams they can plug, Twitter, all that stuff. And I will make some commands for them. So yeah, please go on. Um, go on ahead, everyone. And let's see.
All right. Thank you all for listening. I just want to plug my podcast called Emotional Looking Glass, which you can find on Spotify. I'm hoping to get it on iHeartRadio and iTunes. And my Twitch handle is at Create by Tennille. But you can find me there. Thank you for listening.
Welcome.
yeah, thanks for listening to this motley crew, and yeah, I once again would like to just push my art once again. Pen and paper on Facebook and Instagram.
Alright. Anyone else have anything interesting that they might be appearing in soon? Or
Actually, I both play and DM on a channel called Random Encounter Productions on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's at twitch.tv/random encounter prod. Actually, on Tuesday, I'm DMing Storm King's Thunder, and if any of you guys are WWE wrestling fans, WWE wrestler Dio Madden is going to be guest playing in my game on Tuesday. So if you guys want to check that out, follow us at Random Encounter Prod.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That's exciting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've done that campaign before. Storm
yeah,
King's Thunder. It
it's a
rocks.
lot of fun. Plus,
Yeah.
my entire crew are a bunch of chaos demons.
Excellent.
Anyone else got anything interesting?
No, I don't have anything to plug, but thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you had as much fun as we did. And I hope we'll see you next week.
And for us closing on out today, I am Emin Doctor. I am the DM of two campaigns, this one and the one on Tuesdays at 2:45 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I am DMing Moon Shay's Isles Mystery, where my players are currently venturing on out and trying to solve a mystery that involves the Thieves Bandits Guild of Ox on Moor. And I am also going to be bringing back my podcast, which is called The Heart of the Talk, where I talk about tabletop games and anything in between, such as Yu Gi Oh!, uh, Dungeons and Dragons, anything relating to like rolling the dice or placing cards down on the table. Um, and I also have Patreon that's going to be finishing up soon. Discord server might be opening up. I don't know, but yeah. If anyone is interested in trying to listen on in or suggest something for that podcast, feel free to at me something on Twitter at Amen Doctor. And if you would like to see an archive of this game, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Amen Doctor on YouTube. And with that out of the way, feel free to unload on the current dock and have some fun at the space station. And I will see you all soon. And we're going to raid Go JG. And thank you all for coming.
Okay, I
And
gotta go. So
Yeah.
yeah.